Today's Woman is brought to you by
Gino Pomo Tomato Mix.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your favorite Sunday afternoon inspirational show on TV3. I am your host Audrey Salomey, and you are watching the Today's Woman show, brought to you by Gino Tomato Mix, Onion and Pepper Mix, Jollof Mix, Gino Truly Cares, and supported by my glam squad SO Aesthetics. On today's show, we are honored to welcome a trailblazing woman in STEM, a champion for mental health innovation, and a role model for the next generation of African women scientists. She's an example of what happens when brilliance meets purpose. Before you meet her, it's time for my weekly candid monologue. This week, woman to woman, let's talk brains and beauty, redefining power in the lab coat. As we celebrate the femininity, brilliance, and resilience of women in STEM, let's highlight the multifaceted nature of the women in these fields, showcasing not only their intelligence and expertise, but also their unique strengths and qualities that make them stand out. By celebrating their femininity, we acknowledge that they can excel in traditionally male-dominated fields while embracing their own identities and characteristics, challenging stereotypes and promoting diversity and inclusivity in the STEM community. By highlighting their brilliance, we showcase their incredible achievements and contributions to their respective fields, emphasizing their expertise, innovation, and problem-solving skills, demonstrating their talent and capability as compared to their male counterparts. In summary, brains and beauty, redefining power in the lab coat, is a powerful and inspiring theme that showcases the strength, talent, and determination of women in STEM, encouraging others to pursue their passions and break barriers in the pursuit of knowledge and discovery. It's time for us to go for a short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, my dear viewers. The Today's Woman show is brought to you by kind courtesy of Gino Tomato Mix, Onion and Pepper Mix, Jollof Mix, Gino Truly Cares, and supported by SO Aesthetics, who have been kind enough to make me up. Now the favorite part of the show, my guest reveal. Take a look.
Meet Professor Priscilla Mante, a trailblazer at the intersection of science, medicine, and innovation. She is a pharmacist, a pharmacologist, and a passionate researcher, known for her groundbreaking work in discovering plant-based treatments for neurological disorders like epilepsy and pain. Her research doesn't just sit in journals, it's changing how we think about medicine in Africa. Professor Mante is also the co-founder of EfiNature, a company dedicated to translating research into accessible herbal therapeutics. Through this work, she's proving that African science has the power to heal and to lead. She is a former fellow of the prestigious L'Oréal UNESCO for Women in Science program and currently serves as Deputy Director of the Center for Plant Medicine Research in Ghana. In every lab, lecture, and leadership role, Professor Priscilla Mante is reimagining what's possible for science, for women, and for Africa. Please welcome the brilliant and visionary Professor Priscilla Mante.
Hello, I will call you Priscilla, so then we're relaxed already, okay? Please have a seat there.
Thank you.
So, are you okay? You want to put it on the cushion? Is your back okay? You're good?
Let me relax.
Relax,
Yeah.
relax, be relaxed, okay? So this is our conversation.
Yeah.
So, what sparked your interest in science?
That's a very loaded question. So let me start at the beginning. From when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I remember wanting to become a plastic surgeon.
Oh, wow.
When I was very, very young.
Why a plastic surgeon?
I have no idea why I had that
Were
dream.
you watching Beverly Hills 90210 or
No,
something?
definitely
Or what
not.
was it? Or it's not Beverly Hills, what's it? Something. One of
Yeah.
these shows on TV that,
No, I don't think we had DSTV at that time, so no.
you don't know what.
Yes. And that dream changed when I became a teenager. So one day I saw a show that had the president of the World Bank on TV, and I thought, I want that job.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ambitious young lady.
Yes, very ambitious. So I had no idea how you become the president of the World Bank, but that shaped some of the decisions I made. So for instance, I went to senior high school as a general arts student because even though I didn't know how to become the president of the World Bank, I knew you should know a second language.
Okay.
You know, and the program allows you to do French, yes. So I went in determined to become the president of the World Bank. But sitting in the general arts class for some time, it didn't quite resonate with me. I liked the math and then I liked the French, but I didn't really like the economics and the geography parts. So I actually asked to be switched over to the science
And this
class.
was in what form?
First year.
Oh, in the first year, okay.
Yes. So midstream, I asked to be switched to the science class. Yes, it took a little fighting, yes, but I was
Strings pulled.
yes, we can say that. But I was allowed to do the science, right? So I joined science midstream, and I did thrive, right? For most of my time, I was always top 3 in my class.
So you didn't thrive, you excelled.
Yeah, I excelled. Yes. Yes. So from senior high school, I came to the university, and then I did pharmacy.
Why pharmacy then as well?
So you know, when you are a brilliant child, they say you have to do medicine.
Yes.
Yes. So I actually applied to go to medical school, but I didn't get in. There was
Little did they know.
Yes.
Little did they know.
Yeah. There was a lot happening that year. So a lot of us actually missed admission to medical school that year and ended up in pharmacy.
So the next best thing was pharmacology.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And so I did pharmacy for my undergrad, and then I still had this banking dream. So it will interest you to know that even during my vacations, I used to do some banking jobs. So I've done some stints in Standard Chartered Bank and EcoBank.
As a teller or what?
Not as
What
a
was
teller.
their lure?
So they had these contract jobs where you could fill in for people who had gone on leave. Yes, so it was a number of things. I never got the chance to be a teller though, but there's one of those other interacting with the customers.
Okay, customer service based
Yes,
kind of thing.
that sort of thing. Yes. Yeah, but that dream didn't go anywhere until I met my first mentor. His name is Professor Eric Wood, and he's also a neuroscientist, and then was essentially building neuroscience research in the country. At that time, it was virtually non-existent. Yes. And I thought that was a noble dream, a noble thing to commit yourself to. Yes, so I decided to stick with him and work with him.
So what would you rather be known as a pharmacologist or a neuroscientist?
I describe myself as a neuroscientist, but I think more correctly, a neuropharmacologist.
A neuropharmacologist.
Yes.
Now you're going to tell me, what does a neuropharmacologist do?
I'll break that word into two parts. So neuro has to do with the nervous system, so brain, spinal cord, that sort of thing. Pharmacology studies the effects of drugs on the body, right? So how drugs interact with the cells in your body and how your cells interact with drugs.
So let me interrupt you there. Pharmacology is different from pharmacy.
Yes.
Interesting. Never ever really thought of it.
Yeah.
But it just makes sense to me now. So
yeah, pharmacology is just an aspect of pharmacy. Pharmacy is broader.
okay.
Yes, there are other fields of study in the field of pharmacy.
Okay. Interesting. So as a young girl in Ghana, did you ever imagine you'd one day be leading research with global impact?
No.
Considering you wanted to be the CEO of the World Bank.
Yes, that I imagined, but I didn't imagine my life in science. Yes.
But tell us, you then did your PhD at Tech, which
Yes.
is where you did your first degree.
Yes.
And then you went off to the States to do your postgrad work.
Yes. So we call it the postdoctoral study. Yes. So I did that in the University of Michigan.
But how was your journey doing your PhD at Tech like? I like
PhD life, it doesn't matter what you're doing, but it's never easy. I remember doing my whole first year of research, and then at the tail end of the year, I go online to do some literature search, and somebody had published everything that I was working on.
How's that possible?
That's the thing. When people start working on research, you know, there's no system to declare unless you feel like you have enough data and then you put out a publication. So at the point where you start working on something, you have no idea who is doing the same thing.
Okay, exactly.
Yes. So it's actually a gamble that you
are not doing the same thing as somebody else.
Yes, it's a complete gamble. So you can go years, and maybe the person is maybe 2 months ahead of you. And
so
then
how did that affect you? You had to choose something.
Yes, I was devastated.
Oh my goodness.
I went to my supervisor and he was like, that's research. So let's start again.
Oh my God. Just like that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we started again.
You had to choose a different topic.
Yes.
And do different research work.
Yes.
And that took you how long?
Interestingly, I was able to finish up in 2 years.
You lost 2 years, literally.
I lost 1. You know, the PhD program is essentially 3 years. Yes, you can have an extra year or 2 if you are not able to finish up. But I decided to stick with the timeline. So I came in to do a PhD in 3 years, and I was going to be done in 3 years.
So after the 1 year, you decided that 2 years was enough for you to finish your paper?
Yes.
Well
so
done.
I worked hard and finished.
Well done. I mean, it's very admirable, and I think that it's always nice to hear when people put their mind to it. I mean, for all of us, these days the youth have so many excuses, you know, as to why they can't do this, they can't do that. But then again, you're not far from the youth, and you did it. So hey, kudos to you.
Thank you.
But you went on to do your postdoctoral work
yes.
at the University of Michigan. Was that by virtue of being here? Then you sort of got a you got a scholarship or something to go do it. Is that how it worked?
Yes. So in science, you have a lot of these opportunities. So you just have to apply and hope you get chosen. Yes. So there was the opportunity, and then I decided to go for it. And that experience for me was very instrumental, I'll say, in where I've come to be in my career, because that opportunity paired me with my first female mentor.
It always helps.
Yes.
And I hope you're passing that on. So you're also mentoring a lot more people.
Yes.
But was there ever a moment that you felt you wanted to give up, like giving up? Along this journey, has there ever been? I mean, you didn't give up when you had to do your research work again. But has there been any other moment where you felt, not again, you know?
In science, I think you feel that every 3 business days. Yes, because it's quite challenging, especially when you decide to do science in Ghana and you want to do high-level science, because we really do not have the necessary resources. So it's a lot of strategizing and approtech, and yes, and sometimes it can break your spirit, because why am I putting in so much effort which doesn't look like anyone is appreciating? But in those moments, I always remember why I started and why I do what I do, and I keep going.
You've done some groundbreaking work in neuropharmacology. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
My the dream, I'll say, that I borrowed from my first mentor is working using traditional medicine and then seeing how they can be effective against conditions that affect the brain and the spinal cord. Yes. So generally, I work on epilepsy, depression, anxiety, and then to an extent pain. But my first love is epilepsy. I gravitated towards that. So because I did pharmacy, I'm a pharmacist also, right? Yes. So I practice pharmacy, and I've had experiences where I've had to interact with people who live with epilepsy. Yes. And in those moments, I always have thought about the fact that I have the needed skill and the opportunity to be able to make some positive impact on the lives of these people. Yes. So why not?
But why, do you want to tell us why epilepsy is such a challenging condition to treat?
So essentially, any condition that affects the brain and spinal cord can be challenging. Yes, because the brain is the most complex organ that you have in the body. Yes, and with all the advancements in science, we still don't really understand the brain. We understand generally.
As in scientists in general?
Yes, scientists, yes. We are still figuring it out.
Well, you have to leave something for God.
Yes,
because if we leave scientists to it, they'll be creating man. You know what I mean? So we have to leave something to God.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah.
So it's because people don't understand it, that's why it's so difficult for us to actually get proper treatment for it.
Yes, because first we don't fully understand how the brain functions. So when it's malfunctioning, then it takes a while to try and understand what is happening. Apart from the challenges that we have with understanding the condition itself, the condition, even because of the lack of understanding, also comes with some other problems, like socially, like
stigmatization.
Yes, and the stigmatization, it makes the management of such conditions even more complex. Yes, because you are not just dealing with the medicine or the science, you're also dealing with the social aspects of having such conditions.
But you're also working on a portable device, I hear, which is for diagnosing mental conditions. How's that going? Or we're not supposed to talk about that on air?
I can just speak briefly to that. Yes. So a few years ago, got a grant to be able to do that. Part of trying to understand epilepsy sometimes involves that you look at other things like genetics and like environmental effects and how they contribute to this condition. Yes. So there are some very challenging types of epilepsy which have been shown to have a genetic predisposition, yes. So I'm looking at how we can sort of take parts of a genetic makeup of a person and then test it using a portable device just to give us an idea of the specific type of epilepsy that they may be suffering from. I came to that because in our part of the world, one of the biggest issues with management of epilepsy has to do with the diagnosis. Once you get the diagnosis wrong, yes, the management is
Why would you get epilepsy with the diagnosis wrong?
The key challenges for us in these parts, when someone comes in with seizures or epilepsy, the cornerstone for diagnosing is imaging. So you may require them to, for instance, do a CT
scan of the brain.
Yes, MRI if it's necessary. Yes. And you understand, for a lot of our people, this is very expensive.
Of course it is.
Yes. So when they come in and they cannot do the necessary tests that you need to be able to make a full diagnosis, yes, you work with what you have. Yes. So in a lot of hospitals, they essentially work with
That's
what
such
they
a
have.
shame because I mean, it's the thing that somebody just needs money to be able to get the right diagnosis. And I mean, I don't blame the health worker that they're not able to help them. But so because you can't pay for it, then we're going to do a bit of trial and error.
Yes, there are other things that can be done for you, yes. And then sometimes just looking at the symptoms they are presenting with gives you a fair idea, yes. But the chance that you get the diagnosis wrong is also quite high.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's talk. You're an award winner.
Yeah.
As it says here, the L'Oreal UNESCO International Rising Talent Award. Tell me, how did that come about?
So that is also another opportunity I applied for. Every year they put out calls for applications. If you think you are doing work that is groundbreaking, significant enough, you can present it to them and then they'll be the judge of it. Yes. So I first applied for the regional awards. You know, you can't go directly to the international global awards, yeah.
So regional being Ghana or Africa?
So sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes. Sub-Saharan Africa.
So sub-Saharan Africa minus South Africa because they have a national program.
Okay.
Yes, so I applied for that in 2018 and then I won. Yes, the regional award. And went to Kenya and received the award. Now, once you get the regional award, you are invited to apply for the international.
So what groundbreaking work did you do?
Okay, so I worked on a plant called Cryptolepis sanguinolenta. It's very common for management of malaria.
Okay.
Yes, and I think that 3 people refer to it as, their accounts refer to it as Nibima.
What?
Nibima.
Nibima.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I tested Cryptolepis and its effect on a condition we call neurocysticercosis.
Which is, in layman's term?
Simply, neurocysticercosis happens when tapeworm larvae finds its way into your brain.
Okay.
Yes. So that usually happens when you consume contaminated food. So sometimes, you know, pork. Yes. Even when it is properly cooked, can still have
larvae in it.
You can have the eggs of the tapeworm in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and once it
I'm
gets...
not eating pork again. Seriously?
Yes, it's quite common. Once the eggs get into your intestines, then they can hatch. Then they become larvae.
And do you not show any... Is it not symptomatic then? At all?
Yes, it's just like when you have a worm infestation. Yes. So sometimes it doesn't show. You have to take your dewormer for it. Sometimes you may get very common symptoms like itching, and then you feel like something is wrong, and then you check. Yes, but then it can also go unnoticed.
Well, viewers, you better be taking your dewormers regularly. It's because Ghanaians are great pork eaters.
We are. Yes.
Wow, interesting. Yes, but please go on. That caught my attention.
Yes. So, like I was saying, once the eggs get into the intestine, they hatch, and then they become the larvae. And those can burrow into the walls of the intestine.
And find their way in the
bloodstream, into your cells or your tissues, and they can end up in your brain.
So how does it represent itself in full-blown, as a full-blown condition? I don't want to say disease, but as a full-blown condition. How does it represent itself?
Yeah, condition is right. Now, when the larvae get into your brain, there's a possibility that you still will not have any symptoms.
My goodness.
Yes, but many people exhibit seizures or epilepsy. Yes, so it's actually considered as the commonest cause of infection-related epilepsy, especially in low and middle income countries. Yes.
Interesting. And left untreated could lead to death?
Potentially.
Oh, that's very interesting. But would you say global recognition has changed you?
Changed me? Me as a person, no. But maybe a little about what I do.
So it's deepened your mission, you would say?
Yes.
In what sense?
First, I would say that global recognition has affirmed for me that Africa-led or African-led science is important, right? You know, because of where we come from, sometimes we tend to doubt how brilliant we are. But all the recognition I've received has shown that it is possible for very important innovations to come out of Africa, yes, and be useful not just locally, but globally as well. It also has helped me look at my mission a little differently, yes. So not just focus on the science, but to understand that science happens in a broader context beyond the lab. And the context is important. So how can I work to contribute to improving the context? Yes, and that has led me to science diplomacy, where I try to advocate for equity in science and in the science systems, especially for us young scientists and then those of us who also work in the lower and middle income countries.
Would you say that that particular experience has shaped your journey as a woman in STEM?
The global recognition bit. Yes, it has. It has brought me amazing visibility. When I won the L'Oreal UNESCO IRT prize, I had over 400 articles written about me in 24 hours.
400 articles?
Yes. And the L'Oreal Foundation told me they've never had an awardee have that much attention, yes. And that, I think, has really impacted the opportunities that I have received after. Yes. Whenever people are looking for a woman in science, I've heard that I'm pretty easy to find, because when you Google African woman in science, it's likely my name will pop up in that list.
I mean, I'm so proud of you.
Thank
but do you feel that now gives you a sense of responsibility to be a good mentor for the young women who are now coming up in STEM?
Yes, it is. In fact, I try to mentor as many people as possible, women, men inclusive. Anyone who wants to be mentored, I am open. Are
you intentional about it, or when they approach and when you do offer that?
I'll say I'm intentional about it. My principle with mentorship has to do with creating space. So anything I can do to make your life easier, I'll do that. If I have to remove an obstacle, which I have the ability to remove, I will do that. If I have to open a door for you, I'll do that, even if it comes at personal cost. So there are times when I identify people, I walk to them, I see this potential in you. This is how I can help. So I create a space for you so that you can come into your own. Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I do a lot of capacity building. I don't even know where to start. Last year, together with a colleague of mine, started what we call Nexus Careers. And over there, we are just trying to provide as many opportunities for people. The idea for us was trying to help people move out of traditional careers, just to help with the unemployment problem that we have.
Yes, so huge menace to our society.
Yeah, helping people to see all the other opportunities that are out there, so that we sort of unblock this clogged tunnel where everybody wants to be this one thing. Yes.
It's quite refreshing to hear from somebody in science, because I always say that when women are empowered, sometimes, or most times I should say, they look down at people who are less, to put a better way, not as qualified as they are, or not in the professional space they find themselves. So you're looking at just doing something about the problem we face in terms of unemployment, but not necessarily thinking that it has to be STEM oriented, but into any field. That's people who are very as qualified as you tend to be like, oh, okay, we don't have time for these people. They're just not. It really is a problem. If we came collectively as a country and the problem of unemployment was everybody's problem, we would be getting to the solution. So, I mean, there are many things. Kudos. You're going to be my new best friend, Priscilla.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
but let's
you.
lighten things a bit now. Beyond the lab and the classroom, who is Priscilla Mante?
That's
A
that's
loaded
little,
question.
Yes, a little challenging for me. Who is Priscilla? So Priscilla is actually a very easygoing person who loves action movies.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not rom-coms.
Well, I can watch those, but I love action movies. I love action movies because you don't have to overthink the plot. You
What
just go
about
with it.
sci-fi movies?
I don't gravitate a lot towards sci-fi movies. I just feel like it's the same thing I've been doing the whole day. And now I have to come and sit here and try and figure out this very complicated plot. Yes. Let's do something easy. So action movies or comedy, yes.
That's what Priscilla does.
Yes, that's what Priscilla
But how
does.
do you balance professional and personal life, your family life?
I'll say that as I grow older, I'm moving away from the idea of balance.
Why? We're talking more about balance now, and you're moving away from balance.
I'm moving, so humor me. I think balance is elusive. So I like to think about it more as integration. Yes, because you have all these bits and pieces.
And how do they blend together
Yes.
to make a whole experience?
Yeah. So I think more about how one part of my life can enhance the other, and vice versa.
Please elaborate a little.
Yes. So even professionally, I find my hand in many pots. So I feel, for instance, the science I do helps me do advocacy, right? And advocacy reminds me of why I do science. And in all of that, I think personal growth also happens along the line, yes, because I try to help people, I try to make life easier for people, even the way I deal with failure, all of that. I learn new skills, I end up growing. And I would say very importantly, my journey is made easier because I have a super supportive husband. He understands my mission and supports my mission sometimes even more than I do, yes, and actually helps to keep me grounded.
You're truly blessed.
Thank you. Yes.
You're truly blessed. What personal practices or beliefs do you think have helped you come this far?
I believe that I have been called to a life of service. So it's not about me, and it's always about others. And I believe that we are called to contribute our little to the world, if you may. Yes. So find your mission, stay focused, and then get it done. I also believe in hard work and discipline, yes, because discipline is very important for you to be able to accomplish almost everything. Discipline, persistence.
Are the two things that are the same. Would you call yourself spiritual or religious?
I'll say spiritual.
Why is that?
So I do believe in a higher power. I do believe that God exists. Because even as a scientist, there are so many things you can't explain.
You can't explain.
Yes. It can't just be that there was a big bang and all of these amazing things came to be, right? There has to be a higher power that controls all of that. I'm Christian. I was christened Presbyterian.
Okay.
Confirmed Presbyterian. But I grew up.
I knew the bat was coming.
I grew up. I gravitated towards the Catholic Church.
Oh, so you're a Catholic?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
you like Catholicism?
Yes.
Okay, so join the club. I'm one as well. What legacy do you hope to leave, both as a scientist and a woman?
As a scientist, as a woman, I have this lifelong dream of finding the cure for epilepsy. I know it looks big and impossible, but that is what I have committed my life to.
And as you wish it, I'm sure it shall be.
Amen.
It shall be. That is your equivalent to being the president of the World Bank.
Thank you.
But that's for you as a scientist. But as a woman,
As a woman, I hope that so far I have lived my life as one that young people can look up to and find inspiration, not necessarily try to be like me. People tell me that a lot. When I grow up, I want to be like me, and I always tell them, you'd be better. So for me, I am hoping that they look at me and my life and then become challenged to become a better version
bigger
version of themselves.
That's wonderful. What's your vision for Ghana's role in the future for neuroscience?
I think Ghana has the potential to become world leader in neuroscience research. I mean, we have the talent. We have biodiversity. We also have a lot of traditional knowledge systems which we can tap to. So I think we can bring these elements together to be able to create a unique blend or a unique type of African neuroscience. Yes, and I'm hoping, even though my colleagues and I are trying to build towards that we become a research hub for neuroscience. So Africans can come and do neuroscience here at the topmost level, and they do not need to leave the continent in order to thrive. Yes.
For every dream you hold on your heart, I hope it comes to pass.
Amen.
Because I can sense the passion in your voice. Now, enough about this chat. Now it's time for a little fun activity. Before the main activity, I have this round called the quick fire round, and I have 5 questions I need to ask you. So let's move from this place so it's a little bit more upbeat. We'll sit here. And then, okay. So this is just me trying to tap into that brain that you've been looking into, and you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to mind when I ask these questions. Are you ready?
How quickly am I supposed to speak?
A couple of seconds.
Okay, all right, I'm ready.
Favorite part of being a scientist?
Helping people.
The one plant you will believe can change medicine?
Rosemary.
Why rosemary?
I think rosemary has a lot of untapped potential for brain function. Yes.
It does.
Yes.
You know,
instance,
people use it for hair growth.
Yes, I know. That's not where I was coming from.
Yeah. So please tell me about the brain function bit.
Yes. So for instance, it's great for memory.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And if you take a condition like stroke, which affects the brain, people who suffer stroke have brain function affected adversely. Yes. One, I believe rosemary is one of those things that can help with trying to regenerate
With the brain cells.
the brain cells, so that that memory function can be restored.
I'm heading straight to the supermarket now to go and buy some rosemary. Not the dried one, the fresh one.
The fresh
but
one.
that's a funny thing. It's a herb that's very difficult to grow here.
Yes.
And I mean, that's amazing, because a lot of what you find on the market is dry.
It's dried.
And when you have to buy the fresh one, it's very expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we've come a long way in terms of improved agricultural practices. Yes.
So you
If we
think that,
really
you
want
think
to
that
grow it, I think
somebody could
we
possibly
could
do that.
Yeah.
A woman in science who inspires you.
Professor Laurie Isom.
Who's she?
Yes, so she's my female
Mentor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you better tell her to watch the show so
I'll
she
tell
knows that you're
her.
acknowledging her. You can find us on YouTube as well. Your superpower outside of the lab.
Helping people find their potential.
You love to do that.
Yes, I love to do that.
A book that changed your life.
The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav.
What did you learn in there? Why did that change your...
So it changed my perception about the idea of, for instance, reincarnation. Right. Yes. So the book basically talks about people reincarnating. You know, we believe in reincarnation. We just don't really know whether it happens. But it's,
Oh, we believe we go to heaven.
yes.
Not about reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Yes, that people come back. And the reason why you come back to earth is for you to attain some perfection.
Purity of your soul.
Yes.
I know the book so well. And it's a topic that maybe I don't want anybody to come for me or bash me, but it's actually what I believe as well, in a way. Yes.
Yeah.
That, you know, human beings will come so that each time there's a lesson for you to learn.
Yeah.
And so when you come, try to be the best that you can be.
Yes.
And it's a constant stuff. But hey, everybody and their beliefs. So
Yes.
there we go. But viewers, we're going to go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, it's time for Prof. Mante's activity. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. For those of you who've joined, you've joined rather late, but you're still watching the Today's Woman show. Well, we're about to have an activity, and I'm supposed to be there. I don't know, the model or whatever it is. I don't know what you want me to be.
Let's go with volunteer.
The volunteer, okay, even sounds better. The volunteer for Prof. Mante. So what are we going to do?
During our conversation, I spoke a little about epilepsy,
Yes.
mentioned the word seizures.
Yes.
And I know when people hear epilepsy and they hear the word seizures, it can sound a bit technical. Yes, so I'd just like us to do this little activity just so that we have a sense, a very basic understanding of what seizures or epilepsy can be like.
Okay.
A seizure usually is happening because your brain signals are a little messy for a brief period. Right.
So you do recover from seizures?
Yes, so you do recover from seizures. So I just want to walk us through just 3 stages of what happens when somebody gets a seizure.
Okay.
And fortunately or unfortunately, we need to stand up.
That's fine. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we know about the brain.
Yes.
And the brain essentially is supposed to control how your body functions. So the brain sends messages to the body. The body carries out those activities. Yes. So today I am going to be your
The
brain,
Oh, wow.
and then you be the body.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you instructions, and then you just
Do
follow
whatever.
them.
Okay.
Do whatever. Yes.
Okay.
So are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. So raise your left hand. You can put your left hand down.
I'm closing my eyes.
Smile. Okay. Touch your nose with your right hand. Sit. So that was pretty simple.
Very easy.
Yes. So usually,
Like a 2-year-old.
yes, like a 2-year-old. Normally, that's how the brain functions. That's how it gives very, very clear instructions to the body, and then the body carries it out. When a seizure happens, what is happening is the signals that are going from the brain to the body are probably too fast, or they are jumbled up, or there are too many of them all at the same time. And then there's a bit of confusion. So in the second stage, I want us to demonstrate it. And this I have to use my phone. So raise your right hand, clap, left hand, jump, sit, wave, stop, go, right leg, touch your nose, 2 plus 2, jump, sing, spin. Maybe we should go to London. Stop.
That's an interesting one.
So how was that?
Confusing.
Yes.
I lost my balance at some point.
Yeah. So essentially, when someone has a seizure, that is how they feel. They are in a state of confusion. Yes, because they are receiving all these signals from the brain, and the body doesn't quite know what to do with it.
So what am I supposed to do if I was present while somebody was having a seizure?
Okay, so the last bit of it is usually when the seizure happens, there's a recovery period. Yes, seizures are not supposed to last for forever. We say seizures are self-limiting. Yes. So when you encounter someone having a seizure, what is expected of you in 2 stages? 1, stay calm.
Stay calm.
Yes,
Okay.
it's very important for you to stay calm. The second thing, try to keep the person safe. Third, try to time the seizure. And then the fourth thing is try to help them with recovery.
First one is to stay calm.
Stay calm, yes.
Okay. Make sure the person is safe.
Yes.
Time the seizure.
And then help them with recovery.
And then help recovery.
For ensuring the person is safe, you can do things like ensure that they are not in immediate danger of hurting themselves, for instance. So if they are in a place where there are things that maybe furniture, that
Push them away out of the way.
push the furniture out of the way. Try and make them comfortable. If you can cushion their head with something soft, you do that. And then
they tend to shake when they have seizures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Allow the seizure to run its course.
Okay.
Do not interfere. Do not try and hold them down forcibly.
And some people put a spoon in their mouth and things like that.
Please do not do that.
Okay.
Do not put anything in the mouth of the
patient who is having seizure.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you so much. I mean, I think that was very informative, but I've enjoyed your chat more. And I always say, every time I have to come on show, I'm like, oh my God, I have so much work to do before I meet the guest. Yours was a breeze, and I'm so grateful for that. And I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much
in your work and in your personal space. But we are not going to let you go. There's always a little gift we give you. Do you like cooking?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
What's the best thing you do?
Maybe bean stew.
Okay, so I have something for you. I'll give you. I have a hamper, and it's got the onion and pepper mix. Ooh. Everything is in there. Your tomato mix, you've got even baked beans if you want to make baked beans.
I love baked beans.
You do?
Yeah.
So this is for you, for coming on the show, for your time with us here. We appreciate you
so much. This is very generous of you.
No, it's not. It's from the sponsors. So we say thank you to the sponsors.
Thank you.
For being kind to us.
Right.
So yes, viewers, I hope you've all enjoyed Priscilla's story. Well, I call her Priscilla now because I think we're on first name basis. There's no more Prof. Mante. I hope you've enjoyed her story. And now it's time for us to go to the world of trendy. Today, world of trendy is how to reset your week in 7 simple steps. Stay tuned.
How to reset your week in 7 simple steps. Feeling stuck in a loop? Here's how to reset your week in 7 simple feel-good steps. Step 1. Clean your space. A tidy room or desk gives your brain room to breathe. Start there. Step 2. Do a brain dump. Write down everything on your mind, the good, the stressful, the random. No filter, just release it. Step 3. Plan your top 3. What are the 3 most important things this week? Focus on those. Everything else is extra. Step 4. Reconnect. Call someone you love. Send that message. A small connection can recharge you more than you think. Step 5. Move your body. Stretch, walk, dance. Whatever feels good. Movement resets your mood and your mindset. Step 6. Set the mood. Light a candle, put on a playlist, sip your favorite tea. Set the tone for the week you want. Step 7. Speak life. Say something kind to yourself. Out loud. Your energy listens. Resetting your week doesn't need to be a full makeover. Just a few intentional steps. Start tonight. Tomorrow will thank you.
Welcome back. I hope you've learned the 7 steps that will help you kickstart your week in the right way. Now it's time for Woman on the Move.
name is Petra Sapon, the CEO of Eyelash Studio by So my journey began after I completed my national service with Societe Generale and realized that they do not retain national service personnel. I'm a fan of lashes. I like to fix my lashes a lot. But at a point I realized that it was taking so much money, so I felt like there was so much money in the business, so I decided to start my own business. On a normal day, it depends. I mean, if I have students to train, I schedule my time well so that I train my students, and then if I have appointments, I take it from there. So my challenges with clients who have to make deposits before they walk in. Usually my place is very busy and I do not want to work under pressure. So I want my days scheduled so that I don't have to mess up with people's lashes. One thing that has surprised me is my returning clients, because I quite remember when I started, it was difficult. I mean, my retention game. But the amazing thing is, all these clients kept on coming and they've been able to grow with me till now. I'm blessed to have amazing clients who keep on returning. My vision is to enroll more people and also make my business grow bigger so I can make it a school. So on tough days, my mom and my dad keeps me motivated. My advice to any woman starting up a business is never to give up. Keep on going and keep praying as well.
I hope you found my Woman on the Move story inspirational and that somebody sitting at home today can resonate with her. I hope you've all enjoyed the last hour with us here on the show, and especially Prof. Mante's story that reminds us that brilliance knows no boundaries. Her journey from a curious young girl in Ghana to a globally recognized scientist is a testament to what happens when passion meets purpose and when a woman decides not to shrink in the face of challenge, but to rise. To every viewer watching today, may her story remind you that your dreams are valid, your voice matters, and your light, just like hers, is meant to shine. Thank you for joining us on the Today's Women show today. Thank you to our sponsors, Gino Tomato Mix, Pepper and Onion Mix, and Jollof Mix, and Esso Aesthetics. Until next time, always remember, you are called, you are chosen, you are today's woman.
Today's Woman is brought to you by
Gino Pomo Tomato Mix.